How's it going, Flesh and Blood community? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sin. Hope you all are having a great time with Outsiders. Today, we're actually going to take the focus a little bit off of Classic Constructed, which I see is where most of the conversation is, obviously, with the Pro Tour 3 in Baltimore coming up soon, and a bunch of other events. Last weekend, for instance, was the Chicago Brawl, hosted by MinMax Games and the Realm Games. Just a reminder, there will be another one of those at the end of May here in my home city, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm really excited to see everybody at the Pittsburgh Brawl and also the Pro Tour. I will be attending the Pro Tour. Wanted to kind of roll that into this video and say, if you see me at the Pro Tour, feel free to come up, say hi, let's talk, let's chat. If you want to get, whatever, come meet me, come say hi, come chat. Really excited to get out there and meet a bunch of folks from the Flesh and Blood community that I may have not already been able to meet. Maybe we can catch a couple games if time permits. But into what we are doing today, we're gonna take the focus off of CC for a second, and we're going to go over to Blitz, Outsiders Blitz. And one hero that I feel like we're not talking about enough in that format is Arakni Solitary Confinement. So I've been running a list, just having a really good time with this. I really like, and I've really wanted an aggressive focused assassin, and I'm really happy they gave it to us in Blitz form with Arakni Solitary Confinement. So we're going to dive right into the list right off rip, and we're going to talk about my kind of in progress list and what I'm thinking for Arakni Solitary Confinement. And for those that don't know, Arakni Solitary Confinement is an assassin Blitz hero, Blitz only hero, with 4 intellect and 19 life. So they're docked 1 life point. And it says your first attack with stealth each turn has go again. So already you can tell this is kind of an aggressive focused list, and I called it Cheerios Killing Spree because of that. I approached this list with the idea of we're going to block nothing unless it's a relevant on hit. Just nothing unless it's a relevant on hit, and right off of turn 0, we are going to go in deep, and we are going to force cards out of our opponent's hand, or they are going to be punished for not blocking. And on the flip side of that, we have some tools in here, of course, to punish our opponents for blocking. So you kind of can see how Arachne plays on both sides of the blade. It's almost like a double-edged blade. It's almost like an assassin blade. Anyways, all joking aside, for the equipment, the main loadout we're gonna probably be running is Black Tech Whisperers. Obviously, if you've played since Dynasty, you know what Black Tech Whisperers do. While Black Tech Whisperers is in your graveyard at the start of your turn, you may destroy 2 silvers you control. If you do equip Black Tech Whisperers, I'm going to be right up honest with you. There's no recursion in this deck unless you get really lucky with hits from something like Leave No Witnesses. You're really looking to use this as a key breakpoint in the middle to end of the game, or to even close out the game. The big thing about this is the fact that it can block 1, has Battle Worn, and you can essentially force an on hit with an attack reaction, and then cracking Black Tech Whisperers. So that's kind of my ideology here, because we're playing Blitz. We have less starting life to begin with. We probably want to have as much armor as we possibly can get, and being able to potentially give a card of ours go again at a key point in the game is probably a little bit better than Snapdragons in this case. So Black Tech Whisperers are running right off rip. Crown of Providence, it's more block and also a hand fix. Flick Knives, this can close out games. We're not going to be blocking with this unless we absolutely have to, i.e. if we're going to lose the game. It's kind of the same mentality as Tunic. So Flick Knives can close out a game. You could attack while your opponent's at 1 life, and then once per turn reaction, and just throw your dagger at them to end the game. That's kind of like the end game closeout that you're going to go for, unless they have something like, say, Oasis Respite. This is going to be a little bit difficult for them to get around. Nerve Scalpel. Nerve Scalpel. We're using this to get past attack reactions. This is a pretty big given. We're going to mainly only ever want to use this if we have a key on hit we want to have hit, and we suspect that our opponent is going to drop a defense reaction on top of the attack, so we can lower that defense reaction by 1. It's the only dagger that works in the reaction step against something, obviously because attack reactions happen in the reaction steps. So Nerve Scalpel's a given. It's why other assassin lists are running it like this. That's pretty much the gist of that. We are running the infamous Redback Shroud. The infamous Redback Shroud, the worst L in the game, supposedly. No, I saw this right off rip and I knew instantly that this was a Blitz card. This is a Blitz legendary, easy as pie. While Redback Shroud's in the graveyard, it has the recursion tech the other assassin elves have, or the other assassin equipments have. However, as an attack reaction, you can destroy Redback Shroud, and the next attack reaction you play this turn costs 1 resource less to play. This can be good to close out games. Obviously, this can be good when you are low on resources and a red in hand won't buy you the Razor Reflex you need, or the red in hand won't buy you the Spreading Plague you need. You can use this on Razor Reflex, Spreading Plague, and I believe I have... and Spike with Blood Rot. So the 3 major targets you're going to be using this ability for is Razor Reflex, Spike with Blood Rot, and Spreading Plague. Okay, and it's all dependent on key moment and whether or not you need the resource, but at worst it blocks for 1 on Battle Worn, which is huge. So all in all, in the main equipment kit, out of all the armor, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential armor, putting Arachne at an essential 24 life, say 24 life total, give or take. I might be bad at math, I don't know, but Spider's Bite, attack, all of the daggers cost 2 to play, so that's why we're more stocked on yellows here, so we're not wasting any resources. We're a little stocked on yellows. We are currently running 6 yellows in the deck, 1 blue, but mainly this is a red line deck, because every single card in this deck costs 0 to play except for Spike with Blood Rot, Spreading Plague, and Razor Reflex. Everything else in this deck costs 0 to play, except for Enlightened Strike. You have to, of course, do the additional cost. So we're starting off with some of my choices. Backstab. This is really good because in Blitz, sometimes folks will just pack defense reactions. This can help kind of get over that. You can, we're going right into the stealth attacks. Defense reactions can't be played to Backstab's Chain Link, so you can play this at the beginning. At the beginning of a chain, and force your opponent to maybe overblock a little bit instead of using a defense reaction on it, or you can play this later on and kind of go that route later on in the chain, and it'll get going again off of Arachne's ability. And then we are running Infect, Stealth. When this hits a hero, create a Blood Rot Pox token. Obviously, read that. Infiltrate can be a fun card. It's a little bit of a jank tech, but it can be fun. You can get some really cool stuff off of it if you can land it to hit. Also gets go again off of Arachne's ability. Isolate. I'm running 2 reds, 2 yellows. Yellow Isolate for the Dominate. We're running Prowl, which is 100% an Arachne card. The next attack with Stealth, you play this combat chain, gets +1. Obviously, you're going to want to play this before playing any of your bigger ones, because then you could attack react over the actual important stealth card you're going to throw at your opponent. Then we are running Sedate, obviously for inertia tokens. This can just be really annoying against... this can be really annoying against Icelander players. This can be really annoying against Oldhim players, because Oldhim does not have Crown of Seeds in the Blitz format. This can really shake up your opponent's game plan and force them to either use all of their cards in one turn and lose their arsenal, or just force them to throw away key cards they wish they would have had or kept. So Sedate is there as well. Now, then we have Wither. Wither is mainly tech against Rangers and Ninjas in this format. Frailty tokens, we know how good they are. We know how good they are based off of Codex of Frailty. And I know the number one question in the comments is going to be, why are you not running Codex of Frailty? I like Codex of Frailty, I really do. I have played enough Blitz to know that it's possible it just sits in your hand or arsenal and you don't get to really use it for anything. I feel like it's more of a viability in CC. You're not gonna have a whole lot of time to get it off unless it's like turn 2, and even then I'm not entirely sure its effect would be all that relevant in Blitz. I could be wrong. Maybe it becomes a one of and we take something else out here, but just for now, while we're building and getting ideas for this deck, this is where we're going. So so to the starter cards, there's only a couple starters, so to speak, because, well, all of these stealth cards are kind of starters, but primarily we're running Hurl. This one is actually really fun to see at the end of a game, where you go, it's an additional cost to play Hurl. When this attacks target dagger you control deals 1 damage to target hero. If damage is dealt that way, the dagger has hit, destroy the dagger. So you can play Hurl while your opponent's at like 1 life, and basically pay that extra 1, throw the dagger, then in reactions throw the other dagger, and just kill your opponent that way. Pretty good way to kind of go about it. So I start with that. You start with that, kind of get that, and then it actually debuffs. If you choose to do this any other time, would debuff the next stealth or the next attack action you play at your opponent. So that's pretty good. We're running the Nimblism leave no witnesses line for whenever you get stuck. If you get stuck with both of these in your hand, I would say, you could easily just go block 3, block 3, Nimblism, leave no witnesses. If you have a Razor from Arsenal, you can even punch that up to 9. You might get lucky. And be able to then buy back Redback Shroud or buy back Black Tech Whispers, but you're not going to want to really bank on it, I don't think. But that's not necessarily a starter. Ravenous Rabble, we're running this because we're running so many reds in the deck, it's almost guaranteed to hit. Almost guaranteed to hit a 4-go again. You might get unlucky and find that one blue shred I have sitting in here, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes that's the risk of Ravenous Rabble. Aside from all of that, what attack reactions are we running? Okay, so we are running, and we have Enlightened Strike, E-Strike, easy, don't really need to talk about it there. We are running two Razor Reflexes. Obviously this is to give if you play leave no witnesses to try and get your opponent to block stuff out, you could then pitch a yellow, throw Razor over top of it, get that to maybe hit. If it hits, it gets go again, and then off the go again you can then play Prowl, which comes in for 3 go again because it would be the first stealth card you've played that turn, and then you can finish it up with like an Infect or something. So throwing at least 12 to 13 damage at your opponent with relevant on hits is pretty good in Blitz, given that is over your opponent's that's over half life in most, that's over 50% life in most Blitz matchups or situations. Razor's Edge, it's a game ender. This is essentially the Iron Song response of the stealth deck. Razor's Edge, target attack action with stealth gains +3. You can use this right to pop off. We're running Spike with Blood Rot. This is a good one at the end of the game to really just layer on Blood Rot to your opponent. Spreading Plague, we're running this for the opponents that maybe want to block up a little bit, or maybe they're starting to feel nervous and they think, hey, they could have attack reactions. It's time to overblock this 3, and they overblock the 3 to block 6, and then you just give them 2 Blood Rot tokens anyways. It's a pretty neat trick, and I think it actually helps a little bit in the Assassin Mirror where the numbers are so matched. You're able to kind of just leak over a little bit of damage over time, or force your opponents to throw away cards from their hand that they may have wanted to use on that turn. A lot of what this deck aims to do is keep your opponent on the back heel so hard that they have to essentially block or just take damage, take the on hits, and try and race you. And that's a pretty good position to be in. We're running 1 Sigil of Solace. This is kind of fail-safe situation. The 1 Sigil of Solace, you kind of play it just to get above and kind of counteract that -1 that Arachne naturally has. But yeah, and then sideboard, you know, against wizards, maybe bring an Orbitoclast. You can pitch a yellow to it, punch them in the face with an Orbitoclast, and you know, try to get them to stop to whenever they block, reduce their non-attack actions. We're running Null Rune Hood, we're running Arcane Lantern, mainly for Kano, mainly for Kano. Icelander will probably want to bring in just Arcane Lantern. Scale Peeler, this is for the Guardian matchups. Try to get that equipment to become -1 when defending, because Bravo is really good at doing that, so is Oldhim. Actually, I would even recommend maybe even bringing Scale Peelers in for Warrior in Blitz. I think that's a pretty safe thing to do, especially if you're running into a Kasai that's running Valiant Dynamo, or even like a Dorinthia or Saber's Dory that's running Dynamo, or the Dagger Dory deck in Blitz, or heck, even maybe Emperor, maybe even Emperor. But yeah, no, this is my Cheerio Killing Spree deck, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I really hope you try it out, give it a shot, see if it tickles your fancy. But yeah, that's all I got for deck techs today, guys. I just wanted to take a nice little casual break here. I play a lot of Blitz at my LGS. We play a lot of Blitz just for fun. The games go quick. I genuinely enjoy skirmish season and the Blitz format. It's one of my favorite things to kind of theory craft and mess around with fun little builds that just get a little more broken than, say, CC does sometimes. But it's a fun time, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this list. Please let me know if you guys have any suggestions. That's about all I got today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. That's another thing. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, please. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, and once we get there, I have giveaways, okay? I have giveaways, and I have things coming that you guys don't even know about yet. So just wait, click that button, hit the bell, hit the like button on this video, and I will see you guys next time. Sin out.